Good to go. Okay. So, hey everyone, I'm Sam Evans and I'm a self-belief and self-sabotage specialist. And what I do is I work with women in business by helping them achieve total confidence to reach limitless potential without the self-sabotaging behaviors. And I have got an incredible interview today with the gorgeous Megan. Me and Megan met last year. It was last year, wasn't it? It was last summer we met. And I'm going to hand you over to her because her story is just absolutely incredible. So, Megan, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Sure. So I actually am from the Midwest in America, and found Sam really by happenstance. I was on a mutual friend's Facebook page, and she was helping, or she had made a recommendation, had been working with Sam. Had no idea what Sam did, but for some reason I really felt compelled to just reach out to her. I was at a point where I just had a lot of unsurety, just needed some direct. I didn't know what I was looking for. That's probably the easiest way to describe it. I didn't know why, and to this day I can't tell you why I necessarily went that direction, but for some reason, Sam was put in my path at the right time. And so reached out to her via Facebook, and I think then the next day we just jumped on a Zoom call and chatted a little bit. And I'm always interested in like how you connect with people right away. And right away I was just like, oh wow, I was shocked at how easy it was for me to communicate with Sam. I loved her style. She wasn't like, a lot of times when you talk about coaching and mentoring, you talk a lot about like all this warm fuzzy, which is important, but as a businesswoman, like I didn't want warm fuzzy. Like I wasn't looking for somebody to give me like this warm fuzzy feeling. Like I needed somebody to like help me get a foundation in place and like knock out the BS and just ask the tough questions. I love the fact, like Sam and I, you don't know any of my history, and I think that's what's cool. Like you don't know, we've never met in person, and so it's like you had no preconceived notions. You were just like, okay, tell me this, and this. You assessed the situation, and then we came up with a plan. And I think I would tell you that, and you'd probably agree, Sam, when I came to you, I was totally like, I don't want to say lost isn't the word. I've always had a very conventional business career. I've worked in business my entire life, and I'm very confident in that area, but I just felt like I was like yearning for something more. Like I was like that whole, my glass was half empty at that point, and I needed to figure that out. And so then like through a series of conversations, we start working through, what does this look like? What are your passions? How do we shape this? And I think that's where we came together, and, you used your expertise, and, we came up with a plan. And from that point, we went into really working on the foundation of getting your mind right. And I think that's what's most important. I think whenever you're like going into a new venture, you think about it like, so I'm in the furniture business now, right? You think about when you're building something, you can't start building something with a bunch of shaky, unkept blocks of wood or, unfinished, uneven bricks in the foundation of a house, because you can't build on top of that. If you don't go to the core of what you need to figure out and go back and figure out what those triggers are and what you need to release and where your mindset needs to be, like you just, anything you build on top of that's going to be shaky. And so you really helped me to understand building that base, or like getting that foundation in place. The rest of it just comes, like it just clicks along as soon as you get that. But that's the hardest work, is the foundation work. Yeah. And most people are super uncomfortable doing that because it's personal and it's gross, and it's sometimes just it's uncomfortable. Humans by nature don't like to be uncomfortable. But once you're willing to do that and peel back that onion and understand, okay, we got to get this right first to build, it's amazing. Like it's unbelievable what happens after that.
So if you're watching this and you're thinking, wow, Megan, you're really confident. Wow, you're amazing. I love how you are. I love how you're coming across. this was Megan all along, right? She was there. I could see this Megan inside her. And like what you said, it wasn't that she was lost. She just didn't know. I just don't know. And you kept saying, I don't know. I just don't know. I remember that. And I was like, okay. And we had to kind of step away. I had to step away and go, well, what could we do? I had to ask the right questions to get to where you need to be. So when you came to me, I kind of dived in a bit deeper to kind of figure out what it is you actually wanted to do. So Megan's got an incredible she's got an incredible job. She's also got an incredible business as well, but she wanted to do something more. It's like there's something there I need to get out and I don't know what it is, and we got clear on it. And since you got clarity on that, you've created like a total incredible business. So let the audience know what actually happened, because once was an idea has now turned into a business where you're sold out, doing classes and so much more. Tell the audience what happened, because that is my favorite part.
You're making me tear up a little bit. It is kind of funny because we're going through like this whole process over a series of months, and I'm like, well, I do this like little thing on the side, and I've got this furniture that I've been painting and refurbing. And I remember your face lighting up, like you kind of didn't tell me that this was your hobby. And so then, you know, I started showing Sam some of my work, and we talked about it. And it was like, well, that was it. You know, I had so much like self-doubt, like, well, my work's not good enough and I don't want to put that out to people. And as soon as I got through that and really gained that, I don't know, the purpose and the knowledge and the confidence, I remember, you know, I remember one of our sessions, I was working on this green cabinet and I was having this whole like total creative like paralysis. And you said to me, and as clear as day, you said, if you want to get back on with me next week on a call, you will get that cabinet done. Because it was completion over perfection. And I had sat on that piece for probably 4 months, and I just couldn't get past it because I was looking at every little tiny thing that no one else could see was an imperfection. And I was so critical of myself. And I remember you were like sort of brash with me, and you were like, if you want to get back on next week, you will have it done and we will proceed. And I needed that kick in the pants to like, you're right. Why is this one cabinet like absolutely paralyzing me? And that's what was going on. And it was the same. I had a whole collection. I think I put out like 15 pieces on my debut, and it was just like I was so petrified to hit send or hit publish. And the minute I did that, then it's amazing. Like, so you helped me gain that self-confidence and that clarity to do it. And now I have more furniture business. I was just telling you that, you know, I'm taking custom orders, but now I'm booking people out till August.
Which is amazing.
And so it's crazy. Yeah.
And now you're doing your own classes as well, which you never thought that you was going to do.
Yeah, so I've taught some classes. I'm doing quite a bit of consulting, going into people's homes and helping them pick colors, matching some things. So doing some design consultation that way. And, you know, looking at continuing to build an online presence with possibly like an Etsy store, do maybe some online classes because of the day and age that we're in. But the sky's the limit at this point. I wish I could hire a couple people, but you know, I think that's going to happen hopefully in the future.
Yeah, it will, obviously, because of everything's going on. Oh my God, literally, your journey has just been incredible to watch, because you was quite shy. To me, you felt quite shy, and now you're just like, this is me, this is what I'm doing, and not caring about the world, not caring about what's going on, because you're so busy serving and you're creating all this beautiful content. And if you have not seen already, go to her website, go to her profile, Megan Olsen, and I promise you're going to fall in love with her furniture. But you're going to have to live in the States because she doesn't deliver over in the UK, and I'm gutted. One day I'm going to buy one day. So how would you describe the process? Because obviously you was taking action, but obviously then we had to work on the unconscious mind. We had to release those limiting beliefs and those emotions. How would you describe that to someone who's never done it before?
You know, I think it's kind of like you don't know what you don't know. For me, I come from the part of the country in America where everything is like, you're average. Being average is good. Everybody wants to just fit in. You go with the flow. You know, you're no better, you're no worse than everybody else. And when you're in business, you have to understand what your talent and what your gift is. And that's what sells, and that's what attracts people to you. And so I think for me, that was kind of like the light bulb moment. You're like, you're not like everybody else. You're special. You're different. You have these talents. And going through that process, there were times that I was like, oh, Sam, I don't want to do this. Oh, Sam, this is super uncomfortable. You know, like you're taught just to keep your head down and do your work. And so you kind of like stirred some things in me that were really, like you said, they were there all along, but at times you were just, it wasn't a bad feeling. It was just a different feeling because I don't think like mentally we're trained that way.
No, we're definitely not.
So you're like shaking up things and you're like, whoa, 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 where is this coming from? I remember having lots of those conversations with you, like, I don't know what's happening. You know, it was just kind of like I was spinning and it felt a little out of control, but I knew that you had me. Like, so I wasn't worried about it. Like I completely trusted the process and trusted you to, I knew if I spun out of control, you would be there to grab me and bring me back in. So that part of it didn't concern me.
Good. Oh, that makes me so happy. So what would you say to someone who could be where you once was, where they just don't know? They know they deserve more, but they just don't know. What would you say to someone who doesn't know what to do?
I would absolutely say that you need to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Like there's a lot of things that are uncomfortable about the process until you find your groove. And it goes back to you don't know what you don't know. Like there's so much more to life than just feeling like you're spinning your wheels all the time. You have to get a grasp and you have to understand that. And these things don't happen by happenstance. It's not luck. It's hard work, and it's putting in the time, and it's working with a coach, and it's working with a mentor. Like I would have never known how to go on this process before. Like my credit absolutely goes to you because I wouldn't have known where to start the process. And most people don't know. You have to hire a professional to help you do this.
Yeah.
Like it's not something you can go out and do on your own. It isn't. There's not a book. There's not you need, for me anyway, how I learned, I needed the one-on-one.
Yeah. And it was good. It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. It was awesome.
So what would you say are the results that this program has allowed you to achieve?
Absolute clarity. And that was something that my entire life, I've been good at a lot of things. I've never felt like I had my superpower. And I finally feel like I have that ownership and I'm in control and I'm creating my own destiny. And you know, my tagline for my business is like live life by design or create a life by design. And that's absolutely, I took the reins. And I think that that's what it's been about.
I love it. And I love your profile. Your profile is so beautiful and you're so beautiful as well. So yeah. Here's to Megan. So guys, if you want to know what Megan sells, honestly, go to her page. She's absolutely amazing. Totally follow her, add her as a friend. She's absolutely gorgeous. And if you want to know more about how I can help you turn your self-sabotaging behaviors to self-confidence, then let's jump on a call. Comment below or send me a private message or even send me an email to sam@samevansglobal.com and I will book you in for a complimentary consultant session. So thank you so much, Megan, for joining me. That was absolutely incredible. I love you so much. And thank you everyone for watching. Bye.